Evening all. No respawns here. Hope you're doing well. So I've made a thing. It's a thing. It's a restaurant thing, basically, using the airplane pieces. Now, initially, I was going to make, like, a house, because that's always what I do when I get a new piece of things to use. I was like, oh, I'll make an home, but it kind of... A home looks shit. I will make a house, but a restaurant looked better. It actually turns out, like, grand, awesome, even. Also, a couple of new things that Andrew CX has graciously added to this, the Unlock Summon Objects mod, which I'm just going to let you know about now. Spoilers, just because they're awesome and they're great. So we have, see, this is where I discovered it, right? We have plywood pieces, which are the absolute shit. So you've probably seen them around. Bethesda seem to use them to texture wood quite a lot and texture areas. The great thing about this is they are paper thin. Not literally, but they're very, 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 very thin. And as you see in a minute, I make the coolest little wee... actually, that's an absolute lie. The coolest thing comes later. I forgot I made this shitty little fucking step first. But after, later in the video, yeah, because it's a short video, so it's fine, make a really cool ramp, yeah, using those. Very awesome. Love them. Also, now I don't use them in the video because someone told me about them and I forgot where they were. But he's added invisible rugs to the menu that give you the ability to actually rug glitch things without actually using a rug. It's just a completely visible rug. And it also doesn't even make the item jump up very much. So that's awesome. They're actually, if you go into the Unlock Summon Objects mod on the kind of this first page, it's just all the way to the far right. I don't use it in this video because I forgot to check where it was before I start recording, but I do it when I'm decorating, but obviously don't show you that. So my idea was for this, I wasn't too sure how to, because I wanted my first build using these airplane pieces to be a bit kind of cooler, a bit interesting. What I'm doing here, by the way, is I'm using the scaffolding, edging it closer, because I can't move it manually closer, but what I can do is I can move it closer through snapping it, so as I'm moving this close, which then allows me to kind of like snap it in, and that gets me as close as possible. And I could like pillar glitch it in, but this works just as well. But yeah, no, I wasn't too sure what to do with this, and then as I was making this, initially it was going to be a big player house. Like the idea was I was going to make this kind of back area here, and I was going to try and kind of reinforce it, and I realised this just looks like an absolutely grand as fuck restaurant. So that's what I did, and it works really, really well. I'm actually incredibly chuffed with it. I've still got it, folks. Basically, you don't need to unsubscribe just yet. Oh, I leveled up. I'm now at level 107. But yeah, you don't need to unsubscribe just yet, because I've apparently still got 1 or 2 decent ideas. I will let you know, don't you worry, when I finally just given up, either through Fallout or other games. I might just decide that I just can't think of anything more. My brain's just imploded. It's fine. Also, I enjoyed this one because I went a little bit, not old school. Well, a little bit old school. Basically, I just used wood for this back part. I don't know why. I was like, I'm going to go a bit old school with this. Plus, I wanted to use a few of the different pieces that I've added through the Unlock Summon Objects mod. So there's a couple of like these weird like corner bits, and I was like, I want to use them. So I did. And that's the story of my life. There we go. Actually, I've already used them. I wasn't paying attention because I was rabbitting away. This is a bit of a weird one as well, because I don't know what I was really doing here. I was just like, I want it to look odd. Now, I tried, there is this wee triple one, as you'll see in a second, when I plop it down. This one here. And it looks cool, but it's... Obviously, this is taken straight out of the game, so there's nothing for the mod dev, but the angle's really stupid. So I can't really do anything with it, so I ended up not. And there's also that one. So I'm going to try and see what I can do with those other pieces as well. I'm going to really have a look-see through the Unlock Summon Objects mod, because there's quite a lot of structural pieces which look quite fun. I just haven't really done much with them yet. I will, though. I'll get on that, just, you know, not yet. So you can see, it's kind of almost like, this is the point where I was like, this is going to be a restaurant. We're going to make a restaurant. So here we go. Pallets here. Look at this. Check this out. Oh, so good. I just really, really like pallets. These pallets and me wee plywood boards now are just my go-to. I think the reason why I like them is because I make lots of structures. When you get like a little lip like this, so it's like it's a bit too big for maybe a single board, but maybe it's just an awkward position. It's always really annoying. This is one of those things that you don't really, you notice unless you build a lot. That's like, that little lip there would have been an absolute nightmare for getting settlers in there, trying to even just kind of manage the flow of traffic. Whereas now, because I've got these just little tools, I can actually just solve the situation really easily with just, you know, pallets and plywood. Now this here, initially I was going to use the metal supports from the workshop tab. This just happened to work really well, so I just settled for these. This is one of those, oh, okay, I'll just do that. Because it's a bit spindly, I liked it at the back. So my logic would be that it's slightly supported by its core structure. Right, okay, best ramp ever. No, Davey, you're lying. This isn't the best ramp ever. It's, I do the scaffolding thing, think, oh, that's shit. And then this is where, there we go. Best ramp ever. Best ramp ever. Prepare yourselves. It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. It's what we do. So we look at this and go, oh, that's not big enough. So we put a pallet down and we think, oh, but that's not high enough yet. So we put one of these down, 2 pallets. Ooh, but it's obviously a little bit too high. However, as you notice right there, that works like how a rug would work. So what I can do is I can just rug glitch it in. Perfect. I actually get it slightly incorrect this time. So it's a bit too far. Like way too far to the right. The other one, when I put it in, it's actually still a little bit too far to the right. Also, watch this. Oopsie, it's fine because I just pick it up again. That I'm gonna abuse this ramp. I'm gonna abuse it. I'm gonna abuse this a lot because that's a very, very funky little ramp. It's just so simple. Like it seems weird, right? Because what mods have enabled me rather to solve annoying little naggling things which normally you don't really know as an issue, but because I build a lot, I'm like, oh yeah, I can actually go like a few inches. Like I can solve what is a little, like with those pallets are perfect. It's little things like this, and it's just absolutely grand. That's what mods have done for me. Is solving really, really obnoxious, annoying issues that only I notice because I just spend thousands of hours probably at this point playing this game. So it's quite a short video in terms of the structurally, I'll be completely honest. I wanted to make this first video quite simple. I didn't want to go too obnoxious with kind of making something too ostentatious using the plain bits. I got really lucky there. That's like to snap in, so I just go for it really. But yeah, I tried to be a bit more freehand with a bit of stuff because I make it look like it's boarded up. And what I do with these is these plywood bits. Oh, fucking brilliant. So people always suggest that I've deliberately put these around so the idea that someone's just made some kind of half-assed attempt to stop people's feet from falling through the floor. But also, because they're so thin, you know, you can just add them to just, you know, your bog standard floor if you want to add some texture. These are fucking awesome. I didn't realise. I think these must have been added in the most recent update for the mod, but I was like, never realised I wanted these. But now, seriously, if Andrew takes them out of the mod, that's it. Fuck you, man. No, not allowed. These are awesome. I love them. I do. So you can see, I've nearly done all the structural elements now. It's just kind of really a few more bits, I think, so I've got left. I can't for the life remember what I made next. What did I do? Oh, yes, of course. Now, this is me where I'm trying to find the invisible rugs. Like, literally, at this point, I was like, oh, yeah, they exist. And they're not in the rug section. So I just, you know, like an absolute moron, think that, oh, yeah, you know, mod devs put them in the rug section. He hasn't. They're actually in the main menu, and they're just far to the right, so it makes them easier to find. But it's okay, because this is a buried rug, so it doesn't really matter. Also, you may notice I'm using the scaffolding. The only reason I'm using the scaffolding is because I was just still using it. Because it's a little bit higher. I needed the scaffolding to sink the airplane fuselage deep enough into the ground. Normally I'd use the rug because it's a bit smaller, but this works. And I put that there just to add a little bit of texture, really. Bit of concrete. Change the icon for the concrete. I got a little bit confused, I'm not going to lie. Slap that there. And then slap this one here, and then it looks really awful. Wait for it. Ooh, no. We're not having any of that. Anyway, ready? So here's the tour. Firstly, I absolutely love that ramp. That ramp is the best part of this entire build. You can just ignore the rest. Look at it. Look at that ramp. Ooh. But this worked really well. I'm very surprised. I was kind of racking my brain initially because I wanted my, you know, first kind of airplane piece build to kind of be quite unique and a bit more interesting than hopefully the stuff you've seen before. And I'm quite pleased. I did tone down the junk decoration on this one a little bit, mainly because there weren't many places for me to put stuff. If you look around, you'll see that it's mostly just sofas. I tend to over decorate at times, like because this is a communal area, I wanted to tone it down, but it still looks very, very cool with those plywoods. Mods, like in terms of the mods that I've wanted, you know, these structural mods, just kind of really kind of changing the game in terms of how I decorate. I also added these little number bits from the retail themed section of the Unlock Segment Objects mod. Utterly pointless, 34 tables, but it looked cool, so I went for it really. In a bit of, you know, obviously stuff from Nuka World you can see. Got a barman as well. The barman has the fisherman's outfit on, but also he's got, because I used the free maker mod to actually just make the items, and he's got Captain Kellis's air captain hat, because I thought he's the air captain, so there we go. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. Quite a simple little one, but nice and effective, I think. I think for these airplane pieces, it's kind of overwhelming at first, like, you know, how do we make them look cool? I'll have some more builds if later down the line, but for now, quite a simple one. Very pleased with it. Hope you guys like it too. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns, and I'll talk to you lovely people soon. You enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.